As the sun sets and the body prepares to rest, something remarkable begins to take place beneath the surface. While your mind slips into dreams and the world fades into quiet, your body enters into a period of powerful biological renewal. It's during this time, your sleep, that one of the most vital processes is undergoing muscle preservation. And yet, night after night, many are unknowingly losing the very muscle they worked so hard to build. But what if a simple evening habit could change that? What if there was something you could eat before bed to stop muscle loss and shift your body into a state of restoration and growth while you sleep? The truth is, muscle loss doesn't just happen to the elderly or the inactive. It's a slow, stealthy process that begins in all of us, especially when the body is fasting, such as during sleep. You spend nearly 1/3 of your life sleeping, and if that time isn't optimized, it becomes a window for catabolism, the breakdown of muscle tissue. But science has revealed a nutritional key that can flip that process in your favor. It starts with understanding the basic biology. During sleep, the body shifts into a fasting state, especially during the later hours of the night. Without nutritional support, it begins to look for resources to fuel brain and organ function. And unfortunately, it often turns to muscle tissue. But there's a way to send a different signal. A signal that says preserve, don't break down. That signal comes from casein protein. Unlike whey, which is fast digesting and better suited post-workout, casein is slow releasing. It feeds the muscles gradually, drip by drip, over the course of several hours. That makes it the perfect nighttime companion. Studies show that consuming 30 to 40 grams of casein before bed increases overnight muscle protein synthesis and prevents overnight muscle breakdown. Your body continues to receive the amino acids it needs, even while you sleep. But casein isn't the only option. Let's talk about collagen and glycine too. When taken in the evening, collagen supports connective tissue, and glycine helps calm the nervous system, promoting deeper, more restorative sleep. Exactly the kind of environment your body needs for full overnight recovery. Even more fascinating is the impact of leucine, a branched-chain amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle growth. Leucine-rich foods or supplements can boost mTOR activity, the molecular pathway responsible for muscle building, right before the body enters that crucial 8-hour fast. And for those who don't want to rely on powders or supplements, real food can do the job. A serving of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of mixed nuts with a boiled egg can provide the protein and slow-digesting nutrients needed to shield your muscle from breakdown. It's not about loading up on calories, it's about targeted nutrition. The goal is not to feed the stomach, but to nourish the cells. And yet, timing is everything. Eating too close to bedtime can interfere with sleep quality, and insulin spikes at the wrong hour may disrupt growth hormone release, another critical part of overnight muscle repair. So the window is narrowing ideally, 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. That's when you give your body the tools, and then let sleep do the rest. Let's also not forget the role of magnesium and zinc, micronutrients often overlooked in the muscle conversation. Magnesium supports muscle relaxation and prevents nighttime cramps. Zinc plays a role in testosterone production and immune function, both vital for muscle health. These minerals, taken naturally through pumpkin seeds, spinach, or a small square of dark chocolate, can enhance the effectiveness of your nighttime nutrition strategy. Sleep isn't just a passive state. It's the theater of transformation. Your body doesn't just rest. It rebuilds, it recalibrates, and it renews. Every cell is listening, every organ recalculating its resources. And the message you send before your head hits the pillow will shape what happens in those critical hours of darkness. So the next time you prepare for bed, think beyond brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. Think about your muscle, your future strength, your vitality. The food you eat right before sleep can either feed your growth or fuel your loss. You have the power to choose. Fuel wisely. Rest intentionally, and let the night become a time not of loss, but of gain. Consuming 3,040 grams of casein protein before bed is one of the most effective strategies to support muscle maintenance during sleep. Casein is a milk-derived protein that digests slowly, releasing amino acids steadily over several hours. This property makes it uniquely suited for nighttime use, as the body enters a fasted state during sleep. Unlike whey protein, which is rapidly absorbed and typically used post-workout to spike muscle protein synthesis quickly, casein forms a gel-like substance in the stomach, allowing for a slow and prolonged release of amino acids into the bloodstream. This sustained supply becomes crucial during the overnight hours when the body otherwise lacks nutritional input. During sleep, the body undergoes a fasting period that can last anywhere from 6 to 10 hours, depending on sleep duration. While sleep is a time of restoration, it is also a catabolic period if the body does not run enough nutrients beforehand. In the absence of dietary protein, the body can begin to break down muscle tissue to meet amino acid needs, especially if total daily protein intake is insufficient or if the gap between the last meal and sleep is too long. Consuming casein before bed helps counter this process by providing a steady stream of amino acids, particularly essential amino acids and branched chain amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, and valine, which play a direct role in stimulating muscle protein synthesis and reducing muscle breakdown. Scientific studies have repeatedly confirmed the benefits of nighttime casein supplementation. Research published in peer-reviewed journals, such as the Journal of Nutrition, has shown that when physically active individuals consume casein protein prior to sleep, there is a measurable increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis. One such study observed young men who consumed 40 grams of casein before bed after resistance training. The results indicated not only increased protein synthesis, but also improved recovery and muscle adaptation over time. These findings highlight the importance of leveraging the ovent window as an opportunity for muscle growth and repair, rather than allowing it to become a period of depletion. Another advantage of casein is its impact on satiety and appetite regulation. Because of its slow digestion, casein can help reduce feelings of hunger during the night and into the next morning. This can be particularly helpful for individuals attempting to maintain or lose weight while preserving lean muscle mass. It supports a caloric deficit without sacrificing muscle, which is critical for metabolic health, athletic performance, and long-term physical resilience. Unlike carbohydrate-rich nighttime snacks that can disrupt sleep and increase fat storage, casein provides a lean, targeted nutrient that supports anabolic activity without contributing to unnecessary calorie spikes. The choice of casein matters as well. Micellar casein is the most recommended form for nighttime due to its natural, unprocessed structure that promotes the slowest digestion rate. It is commonly available in powder form, often flavored and mixed with water or milk. Some individuals also use food sources rich in casein such as cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, which offer not only protein but also calcium and other micronutrients that support muscular and skeletal health. These whole food options can serve as excellent alternatives for those who prefer natural food sources or who want to avoid processed supplements. It's also important to recognize the synergy between casein and sleep quality. Adequate protein intake before bed, especially in the form of slow-digesting casein, has been associated with better overnight recovery. When the body receives the right nutrients before sleep, hormonal processes such as growth hormone secretion, which peaks during the early stages of sleep, can operate more effectively. Growth hormone is anabolic in nature and works in conjunction with amino acids to repair tissues, build new muscle fibers, and support immune function. Providing the body with casein at night creates the nutritional environment that allows these physiological processes to reach their full potential. Athletes and those involved in regular resistance training can benefit significantly from this strategy. Muscle recovery is not confined to the hours immediately after training. In fact, much of the tissue rebuilding happens during deep sleep stages when the body is most focused on repair. By ensuring that the body has a sustained supply of protein, particularly a slow-digesting one like casein, individuals the benefits of their workouts and reduce the risk of muscle breakdown. For older adults, who are more prone to sarcopenia, a condition characterized by progressive loss with age, nighttime casein supplementation can be especially impactful in preserving muscle mass, strength, and overall functional capacity. Consistency is key when applying this approach. Including casein as a regular part of the night routine helps train the body to expect and utilize amino acids during sleep, supporting the internal anabolic environment over the long term. Avoiding insulin spikes by timing intake 30 to 60 minutes before sleep is essential for optimizing overnight muscle maintenance and supporting overall metabolic health. Insulin is a hormone that plays a critical role in nutrient storage and blood sugar regulation, but its timing and levels throughout the day can have significant effects on how the body manages muscle protein synthesis and fat metabolism. Eating too close to bedtime, especially meals high in carbohydrates or with fast-digesting proteins, can lead to elevated insulin levels that disrupt the natural rhythm of hormone release during sleep, particularly growth hormone, which peaks shortly after the onset of deep sleep and plays a vital role in tissue repair and muscle regeneration. Consuming protein or a small balanced meal too late at night prevent the body from entering this deep anabolic state, reducing the effectiveness of sleep as a period of repair and growth. When insulin levels remain high during the initial sleep cycle, growth hormone secretion can be blunted, and the body's ability to repair muscle tissue may be compromised. This is why the timing of your last nutritional intake matters so much. By consuming protein such as casein 30 to 60 minutes before sleep, insulin rises modestly and then gradually declines, allowing growth hormone levels to increase at the appropriate time and maximize muscle protein synthesis. Meals that are timed too close to sleep can also impair sleep quality, particularly if they are large or high in sugar. Poor sleep quality has downstream effects on muscle maintenance and overall recovery, making it harder for the body to preserve lean tissue and replenish energy stores. Eating within the optimal 30 to 60 minute window allows digestion to begin without interfering with the initial stages of sleep, giving the body time to stabilize blood glucose levels and prepare hormonally for the regenerative processes that occur during the night. It is during these early hours of sleep that the body enters a state of cellular repair, immune activation, and memory consolidation, and stable insulin levels are crucial for all of these functions to unfold properly. Another benefit of proper timing is that it helps regulate the circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock that governs the sleep-wake cycle and influences metabolism. Food intake is a known zeitgeber, or time cue, for circadian rhythms, meaning that late-night eating can send conflicting signals to the body about when it should be awake or asleep. Consistently eating too close to bedtime may misalign circadian signals, leading to disrupted sleep and poor hormonal coordination, including those involved in muscle maintenance and fat storage. Eating within the 30 to 60 minute window gives the body time to digest while staying in harmony with its natural biological rhythms. When planning nighttime nutrition, it is also important to consider the macronutrient composition of the meal or supplement. A low-carbohydrate, moderate-fat, high-protein option is ideal for this timing window, as it avoids rapid insulin spikes while still providing sustained amino acid delivery. Casein protein is particularly well-suited for this because of its slow absorption rate and minimal impact on blood sugar levels. If carbohydrates are included, they should be low glycemic and in small portions to minimize insulin response. Whole foods like cottage cheese with chia seeds or Greek yogurt with a few almonds are practical examples of meals that support this timing principle. Ultimately, the goal is to prepare the body to enter a state of deep, uninterrupted sleep while simultaneously providing the nutrients necessary to prevent muscle breakdown. Timing your last protein intake 30 to 60 minutes before bed strikes the right balance between digestion, hormonal response, and muscle preservation. It also helps ensure that insulin levels decline in time for growth hormone to act efficiently, creating an internal environment where muscle tissue is protected and even built during the hours of rest. Including leucine-rich sources to activate muscle protein synthesis is a central strategy for preventing muscle breakdown during sleep and supporting overall muscle growth. Leucine is one of the 3 branched-chain amino acids and is known as the primary trigger for initiating muscle protein synthesis through its activation of the mTOR pathway, a cellular signaling mechanism that governs the process of building new muscle tissue. Without sufficient leucine in the bloodstream, the body's ability to build or preserve muscle significantly diminishes, especially during the long overnight fast, when no additional nutrients are coming in. While all essential amino acids are important, leucine holds a unique role because it functions not just as a building block, but also as a signaling molecule. It sends a biochemical message to the muscle cells, essentially turning on the machinery that repairs and builds new muscle fibers. This makes it an especially powerful nutrient when consumed before bed, during a time when the body enters a prolonged period of fasting. If muscle cells are deprived of this signal for extended hours, as can happen overnight, the body may shift into a catabolic state and begin breaking down muscle tissue to meet its energy needs. To maintain an anabolic environment through the night, it is important to consume a protein source rich in leucine, or to supplement specifically with leucine, just before sleep. Casein protein, for example, naturally contains a high leucine content along with the rest of the essential amino acids, making it an ideal pre-sleep choice. Casein's slow digestion ensures that leucine and other amino acids are released steadily into the bloodstream for several hours, sustaining the mTOR signaling and keeping muscle protein synthesis active through the fasting hours of the night. Other options include high-quality animal proteins like eggs, dairy, or meat, but for nighttime intake, digestibility and duration of amino acid release must be considered carefully. The threshold amount of leucine required to stimulate protein synthesis varies by age, activity level, and total muscle mass, but research indicates that at least 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine are necessary per meal to fully trigger the mTOR pathway. A standard serving of casein protein, typically around 30 to 40 grams, usually delivers this amount, but it's still important to ensure that this minimum is consistently met in pre-sleep meals. Failing to meet the leucine threshold means that the body may enter the anabolic state necessary for muscle preservation, even if total protein intake is adequate. Leucine-rich foods are not limited to powders or supplements. Whole food options like cottage cheese, chicken breast, tuna, and eggs are all effective natural sources of leucine. Dairy products in particular offer a dual advantage, providing both a slow-digesting protein matrix and a rich leucine profile. For plant-based individuals, leucine can be obtained from sources like soy, lentils, and peanuts, although the concentration is generally lower, so slightly larger quantities may be needed to reach activation threshold. In these cases, blending several plant-based protein sources or using a fortifying supplement can help ensure that adequate leucine is consumed before sleep. In addition to its direct effect on muscle protein synthesis, leucine may play a role in stabilizing blood sugar levels and supporting metabolic health, which can further enhance overnight recovery. By contributing to balanced nutrient absorption and promoting hormonal stability, leucine supports the conditions necessary for deep, restorative sleep. Since quality sleep and muscle recovery are closely linked, optimizing pre-sleep leucine intake offers benefits that go beyond muscle maintenance and extend into broader aspects of health and performance. There is also growing interest in leucine supplementation in the context of aging, where muscle loss becomes more prominent and the body's sensitivity to leucine declines. Older adults may require a higher leucine intake to trigger the same level of muscle protein synthesis that a younger person would experience with less. This makes the inclusion of leucine-rich protein sources before bed particularly important for those trying to combat sarcopenia and maintain mobility, strength, and metabolic function as they age. Strategically using leucine before sleep allows individuals to influence the body's overnight physiology in a meaningful way. Rather than passively allowing hours of fasting to erode muscle tissue, the right intake of leucine-rich protein can sustain an anabolic environment and ensure the preservation of lean mass through the night. Adding glycine or collagen to support recovery and sleep quality is a strategic approach that combines muscle preservation with enhanced restfulness during the night. Glycine is a non-essential amino acid that plays multiple roles in the body, especially when it comes to calming the nervous system, promoting deeper sleep, and aiding in tissue repair. Collagen, the most abundant protein in the body, is made up largely of glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, making it a natural carrier of glycine when consumed as a supplement or through certain foods. These compounds do more than just contribute to skin and joint health. They help create the internal conditions necessary for the body to repair muscle and connective tissues during sleep. Glycine functions as an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system, which means it helps reduce neural excitability and lowers body temperature. This is important because core temperature needs to drop slightly for the body to enter and maintain deep, restorative sleep stages. Studies have shown that consuming glycine before bedtime can enhance sleep latency, sleep efficiency, and subjective sleep quality. People who take glycine often report falling asleep faster, experiencing fewer nighttime awakenings, and waking up feeling more refreshed. Better sleep quality, in turn, enhances muscle recovery, hormonal regulation, and immune system performance, all of which are essential during the overnight period when the body undergoes cellular repair. When combined with a protein strategy aimed at preventing muscle loss, glycine can be a valuable addition. While glycine itself is not a strong driver of muscle protein synthesis like leucine, it does support the structural integrity of connective tissues and may reduce inflammation, creating a more supportive environment for recovery. In individuals with joint pain or stiffness, supplementing with collagen or glycine can improve joint function and reduce discomfort that might otherwise interfere with sleep or limit physical activity. This becomes especially important for athletes or aging individuals who rely on both quality sleep and connective tissue health to maintain muscle mass and mobility. Collagen supplementation also helps provide a matrix of amino acids that support ligaments, tendons, and fascia, which are critical components of the musculoskeletal system. While traditional muscle-building proteins like whey and casein focus on muscle fibers, collagen supports the structures that surround and support those fibers. Including collagen protein before bed ensures that both muscle and connective tissues receive what they need to rebuild and remain resilient. This is especially helpful during periods of intense training, recovery from injury, or general wear and tear that can accumulate over time. Combining glycine or collagen with a source of casein protein can create a synergistic effect. Casein provides the complete profile of essential amino acids needed for muscle repair, while collagen supplies the amino acids required for joint and tissue integrity. Together, they support a full-spectrum recovery system that works during the hours when the body is naturally primed for repair. Additionally, glycine's calming effects can help counteract the alertness that sometimes follows a late protein meal, allowing for both nutrient absorption and sleep promotion to coexist. Glycine and collagen can be consumed in a variety of forms, including powders, capsules, or natural food sources like bone broth. When taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, align well with the timing of other pre-sleep nutrients and prepare the body to enter a state of rest and regeneration. For those sensitive to dairy or looking to reliance on traditional protein powders, collagen can also serve as a gentle, digestible alternative that still contributes to nighttime recovery goals. The versatility and compatibility of glycine-rich supplements make them an easy addition to a comprehensive nighttime nutrition plan aimed at preserving muscle and enhancing recovery. Using real food options like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese as a source of slow-digesting protein before bed is a practical and highly effective strategy for preserving muscle mass during sleep. These foods are naturally rich in casein, a protein that releases amino acids gradually into the bloodstream over several hours. This sustained release helps maintain an anabolic environment overnight, supporting muscle repair and minimizing catabolism, which is especially important during the long fasting period that sleep represents. While protein powders can be convenient, whole food options offer additional nutritional benefits and may be better tolerated or preferred by individuals seeking a more natural approach. Greek yogurt and cottage cheese not only provide casein protein but are also packed with essential nutrients like calcium, phosphorus, vitamin B12, and potassium, which support muscle function, bone health, and overall recovery. Their nutrient density makes them an ideal nighttime choice, particularly for people who want to fuel their bodies without consuming empty calories or processed foods. These dairy-based proteins have a naturally low glycemic index and produce a mild insulin response, making them suitable for those concerned about blood sugar control or metabolic health. They help deliver amino acids to muscle, tissue the night, without spiking insulin in a way that might interfere with growth hormone secretion or sleep quality. Incorporating whole food protein sources also helps improve satiety, making it less likely that individuals will experience nighttime hunger or cravings that can lead to poor sleep or unhealthy snacking. The texture and natural fat content in full-fat or low-fat versions of Greek yogurt and cottage cheese provide a more satisfying and complete eating experience compared to liquid supplements alone. This helps promote adherence to a nighttime nutrition strategy over the long term and reduces the sense of restriction that can come from overly regimented eating routines. The convenience of these foods also means they can be easily included in a bedtime routine with minimal preparation. For those who are lactose sensitive, there are lactose-free versions of both Greek yogurt and cottage cheese available that retain their high protein and casein content. There are also dairy-free alternatives. Although most plant-based yogurts are not naturally rich in casein and often require added protein to match the benefits of dairy-based options, fortified versions made from almonds, soy, or peas can be useful, but should be carefully checked for protein content and leucine levels to ensure they provide the desired effect. The goal remains the same: deliver a steady stream of amino acids during sleep to prevent muscle breakdown and support tissue repair. Combining Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with other sleep-supportive foods can further enhance their effectiveness. Adding a tablespoon of chia seeds or a few walnuts provides the fats and additional micronutrients like magnesium, which supports muscle relaxation and sleep quality. Including a small amount of low-glycemic fruit, such as berries, can offer natural sweetness and antioxidant support without disrupting blood sugar. These additions not only boost the nutritional profile, but also create a more balanced and enjoyable evening snack that aligns with muscle preservation goals. Using real foods for nighttime protein intake also helps regulate digestive health. The probiotics found in Greek yogurt, in particular, can contribute to gut health by promoting beneficial bacteria, which may support nutrient absorption, inflammation control, and immune function. A healthy gut environment is increasingly being recognized as essential for overall recovery, hormone regulation, and metabolic balance. This makes the inclusion of cultured dairy products not just a muscle-focused decision, but a whole body health strategy. For individuals following a structured training plan or those simply seeking to prevent age-related muscle loss, these real food options can be a powerful addition to a nighttime routine. They require no blending or measuring, and their effects on muscle support have been confirmed by both research and practical experience. By turning to nutrient-rich whole foods, it becomes easier to make consistent, sustainable choices that enhance recovery and help the body rebuild itself overnight. Ensuring adequate magnesium and zinc for muscle preservation is a foundational aspect of nighttime recovery that is often overlooked in favor of more commonly discussed macronutrients like protein. These two essential minerals play critical roles in supporting muscular function, hormonal balance, sleep quality, and overall recovery. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which are directly related to muscle relaxation, nerve transmission, and protein synthesis. Zinc, on the other hand, is vital for immune function, cell repair, testosterone production, and the activation of various enzymes involved in anabolic processes. When either of these minerals is deficient, the body's ability to recover, repair, and maintain lean muscle mass is significantly compromised. Especially during the overnight fast when recovery processes are most active, magnesium helps regulate muscle contractions and relaxation by balancing calcium levels in the muscle cells. During sleep, this balance becomes particularly important because poor magnesium levels can lead to involuntary muscle twitches, cramps, or restlessness that disrupt the continuity of sleep. Deeper, uninterrupted sleep is when the majority of growth hormone is secreted, which plays a pivotal role in stimulating muscle repair and regeneration. If sleep is fragmented due to deficiencies in magnesium, then muscle recovery becomes less effective and the risk of breakdown increases. Magnesium also supports GABA activity in the brain, which promotes relaxation and readiness for sleep, making it a critical mineral not only for physical recovery but also for sleep initiation and depth. Zinc works synergistically with magnesium, but has its own unique contributions to muscle health. It supports the synthesis of proteins and helps maintain proper testosterone levels, a hormone essential for building and preserving muscle mass in both men and women. Zinc also plays a role in immune defense, which is especially important during recovery periods after intense training or physical stress. Low levels of zinc can impair immune function, slow healing, and reduce muscle repair efficiency. During sleep, the body focuses on healing and rebuilding, and zinc availability ensures that these processes operate at full capacity. It's also involved in enzymatic pathways that regulate gene expression and cellular growth, all of which are important for tissue regeneration and muscle maintenance. Dietary sources of magnesium include leafy green vegetables, pumpkin seeds, almonds, dark chocolate, and whole grains. For zinc, excellent sources include red meat, shellfish, lentils, chickpeas, and nuts. Including a small serving of these foods in a pre-bedtime snack subtly elevate magnesium and zinc intake without disrupting digestion or sleep. For example, Greek yogurt topped with pumpkin seeds or a boiled egg with a few almonds can deliver both protein and essential minerals in one compact meal. The benefit of using whole foods is the additional presence of cofactors and phytonutrients that improve mineral absorption and support overall metabolic balance.